The co-chairs of the Congressional Executive Commission on China held a public hearing on the Chinese Communist Party's ongoing assault against religious freedom and its national security implications for the United States. And among those who testified were former Ambassador Sam Brownback. He was the Ambassador at Large for International Religious Freedom. Also there was Grace Jin. She's the daughter of incarcerated Chinese pastor Ezra Jin. And there were three other human rights advocates, including my next guest. Joining me now to discuss the hearing is Dr. Bob Fu. He's the founder and president of the Christian human rights group China Aid. He's also the senior fellow for international religious freedom here at the Family Research Council. Bob, welcome back to Washington Watch. Always great to see you and great to have you with us.
Thank you for having me again.
Okay, so let's begin, Bob, with just summarize for us, if you would, what you shared today during the hearing.
Yeah, I think the theme of the hearing says clearly, the CCP under this dictator Xi Jinping has launched a war against the faith. Basically, it's instead of the old paradigm of controlling Christian churches and other independent religions in the past, now they launched an all-out war to eliminate any independent Christian churches and even their minds, the thoughts of independence, and other religious minorities as well. So when Xi Jinping took power, he launched this 3 or 4 wars. The war against the cross and the forced demolition of cross campaign. All of a sudden, the cross, the wooden cross, was declared as the enemy of the state, as a national security threat. It really shows how fragile, actually, how fearful of this militaristic, atheistic regime. And thousands of crosses were taken down. If you don't take down the cross voluntarily, these are government-sanctioned churches. The pastors were even arrested. Some were sentenced to 12 to 15 years imprisonment. And then the war against the Bible, basically, especially the access of the Bible to children. Millions of Chinese Christians children were ordered to sign a Communist Party prepared form to renounce their faith in public. And the Bible was totally forbidden to be in the hands of the Chinese children. And then, of course, the war against the Christian leaders. We have the Zion Church founder and pastor Ezra Jin's daughter testifying. And 2 days ago, all 18 of the criminally detained were formally arrested. That means they will go to trial and facing a long sentence. And the CCP even criminalized the tithes and offering for Christian practice for centuries. And now many pastors were arrested for simply receiving or organizing the tithing and offering of the church. And the pastor Yang Rongli and her husband received 15 years and nearly 10 years, respectively, back to June this year. And other 10 pastors also received this various years of sentence for being accused of fraud. So these are the new trend. Of course, we have seen the Communist Party is not satisfied by just controlling the churches and synagogues and mosques and Buddhist temples inside China, but they also extend their long arms to overseas in American soil by establishing their overseas police station, by even surrounding my own home in West Texas and forced my whole family into exile from our Texas home for 3 3 months back to 2020. Their only purpose is really to intimidate and to silence our voice for freedom for the persecuted brothers and sisters. And many Chinese pastors, even in the U.S., chose to, or threatened to be silent and not able or not allowed even to speak up for the persecuted church in China.
Stunning and disturbing information. Of course, the title of the hearing today was China's War on Religion, but there's also an economic war going on with China. There's all sorts of tensions with Taiwan and even the United States relationship there. Dr. Bob Fu, so much going on. Let me just, less than a minute we have left. How would you encourage our viewers and listeners to pray for China right now?
Yeah, I really want to encourage the viewers of FRC and your show to continue to lift up. Pray for those who are imprisoned, and many of them. These are suffering body of Christ, and also pray for their family members. And some of the family members of arrested pastors, were still breastfeeding their children. Their babies, and some lost their homes and became homeless after their father or mother being arrested, and their bank accounts were frozen. And I think we should also to know their names. And
we're going to have to leave it right there, Bob.
Yes, and support them.
Bob Fu, Senior Fellow for International Religious Studies here at FRC, thank you for this update.